Floods are major disasters affecting many countries of the world, especially those in floodplain areas, and Nigeria is no exception. Flooding is commonly caused by heavy downpours of rain. In recent times, the impact of flooding in Nigeria have increasingly gone from significant to threatening proportions. Many states have recorded perennial floods this year, leading to the loss of lives and property. In Karshi, Abuja on the 8th of June 2018, 6 people were killed after being trapped in a flood following heavy downpour. A Toyota SERENA was stuck at this very spot. It eventually flipped and submerged in the water, killing all 4 of its occupants. The flood also killed a male bike rider and his female passenger. This imam saw the whole thing.
They could not calm down because the force, the flood came with a force that nobody can open a door or can even walk. In fact, it was at that particular time was shaking the SERENA bus, and eventually it now pushed it into the gutter, and all the water was facing this direction.
Okay.
And very powerful. It can move anything movable. I couldn't come out myself because of the force of the flood. So I had to use a ladder to climb on top of my wall and was watching. The man inside the SERENA bus was waiting for the flood, thinking that it will subside. Unfortunately, it was becoming stronger, and at a particular time, it now turned him. He was facing Karshi town. He came from Bakimusa. But when the flood became stronger, it now turned him and was facing the direction he came from. And eventually pushed him inside the gutter. There is a gutter just beside, on top of the culvert. And before you know it, due to the force of the flood, it now pushed him inside the river. And before you know it, that was when he disappeared. And eventually they died. After the flood subsided, we now started following, tracing. Eventually we saw the vehicle. It was the vehicle we saw first. Then we continue in that track, and we got a lady, one lady. We saw the dead body and was recovered. Then again, that time Nema and Fema was here, so we followed, and they are following the river. Then they now got the boy, the late boy who was driving the vehicle. The body was found also and was recovered.
He says he's worried every time it rains, especially for his 24 children. He leads us to the wreckage.
With a lot of grasses and some debris of other material that the flood carried, covered everywhere. So we now have to join hands together, the search party. We remove all the grasses, all the solid bin bag that was there, searching for whether we will see any human body inside.
The vice chairman of the Abuja Municipal Area Council was part of rescue operations.
Before I got there on Monday, I made the understand that the permanent secretary was also on ground the same Monday or Sunday or thereabout, I'm not too sure here. And they has also made promises they were going to look into the culvert and see how they will improve on it.
In Benin City, Edo State, the office of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) suffered severe case of flooding following a heavy downpour. All the offices on the ground floor of the complex were badly affected. Sensitive materials, including card readers and generators, were badly damaged.
The flood water came from there. We have some, from up there and on the other end. We are in a valley, sort of. So water from here, there, and up there, converges here. That's what we experienced yesterday, and that caused the collapse of the fence.
When we got the news, we arrived here, and first we had to check out our server where we have data. And we thank God there's no data loss in this disaster. But as you can see, most of our corridors were affected. The tables that they were on fell, and some of our systems too are bad, were soaking the water.
Also in Benin 6 days later, some residents of Osawa Street and some others within the government-reserved area GRA Benin City, the Edo state capital, lost property to flooding, which followed heavy downpour. While some of the residents blamed their losses on the incomplete road project, others say the houses were not properly designed.
There should be a kind of orderliness. Okay, as you are building, put a gutter. If I put a gutter in my own compound, the next person puts a gutter in his own, at least it will reduce this flooding. Not curbing it up totally, but it will reduce it. As you can see, this other compound here, flood has gotten into the house. From the beginning of the street to the end of the street, there's no gutter.
The volume of water on Amadasu Street normally break the fence of people coming in here too. But that water is so high. So once it gets the fence broken down, you see the water rushing into the street, occupying everywhere.
On August 30, 2018, in Niger State, about 15 people were killed and a bridge collapsed following a flood disaster. The incident forced many residents out of their homes and brought activities in the area to a halt.
For this water, we lose many souls. Some people doesn't sleep to their house because of the water. Even me here recently, as I'm talking now, my parents pack to their house and go to our neighbors' houses in case of to sleep because of the water.